Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Weekly Wave. I hope everyone's staying well and getting ready for holiday season. We don't have a lot to add today, but we do have a few things. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, and we're going to talk about accountability. And Karen, do you want to do these slides or do you want me to go through them?
I don't mind going through them. I'm sorry. Good morning. I know that you guys are really working on getting everything correct in the accountability reporting app before you go out. And there's some things that will not be perfect. I'll get to those in a second. But on chronic absenteeism, to do the medical exemptions, just remember, it's not just medical. Student who loses a caregiver, that could be the reason for absences. So just be sure to go through and read those guidelines, call our office if you're unsure, or email us. But I do encourage you to be putting those in. I know I have spoken with some districts who are waiting till the end of the year, and that's fine too. We just know that this can be cumbersome with everything else that's due. So you can be putting those in. You can reach out to me or Jonathan. Are there any questions on this slide before we move on? Okay, Nancy, next slide, please.
Okay.
The dropout report has opened, but we ask that you submit conflicts before you address the dropouts. Now, the conflicts may not be resolved because we have to work those one by one, and we're a small team. But as long as you have them submitted, you will be good. But submit your conflicts before you do your dropouts. It will be open through January 20th. The reason for the extended time is because of the break. And we wanted to make sure that people weren't working over their breaks. And I know some of you will be, but you'll get it done. Just don't work over your break. And for our dropout, we are now working, or you will be working, school year 22. These are for the kids who graduated or dropped out last year. And 7th grade and up will need to be reviewing that, not so much kindergarten. Student, okay, will you put, who was it that just, okay, it may be showing students as dropouts, even if they were not there. Say that they told you they were going to move to a district across the state, and then they never enrolled there. Even though they were going to start at the other district in August of 2021, they never showed up anywhere. In that instance, that student's going to show out as a dropout for you. And
I'm sorry, this is Dina Rogers from Moore, and I submitted one of the questions. We have kids showing under 2022 who were not even enrolled in Moore Public Schools for the 21-22 school year. They literally have left us this year during 22-23.
okay.
So they weren't enrolled in 21-22.
Correct,
but this year and then left.
Right. And what's weird about it, at least the one or two that I've looked at, is like you know how at the top, and I'm not looking at it right now, so I'm going off my memory, but like, it gives you like a total number that you're looking at, and then there's a number that shows what you've submitted DVRs on, and then there's the ones that you still need to work. So like, say that total is 17. Well, when you pull the yeses or whatever it is that you pull that shows you the dropouts, like it'll pull 18 instead of 17. So it's like a kid that's only been in more this year is somehow populating into that 22, 23. I mean, the 2022 in the drop down, and
It
it,
could-
but I
Dina-
don't know if it's calculating it as one of the ones we have to fix.
But I think it's because the reporting window is from October of 21 through September 30th of 22. So did he leave in that
Correct.
timeline?
I'd have to go back and look because there was more than one that I was asked about.
Okay, well, look
And-
at that, and if it's an issue, you need to let us know about it.
But okay, so you're telling me if it's before September 30th, they're gonna show in
Yes.
last year's.
Yes. So if they were supposed to graduate in May, but they didn't, they needed to pick up some additional
But
credit.
I'm talking about junior high kids that weren't even here last year.
I'll have to look.
Okay,
might send us a-
I'll have to get you screenshots. and
Yeah.
stuff.
Send
It
me a
might-
screenshot if you don't mind, Karen.
Okay,
Karen.mock, MOCK at sde.ok.gov. And what school are you at, Dina?
More.
well, I work for the district.
Oh, okay, so
Somewhere.
this is district level. Okay,
Uh-huh.
I'll look at it when we get off here.
Okay, well, and it
Um,
may be, I'm not sure I'll get it sent this morning, but I'll get it to you as quick as I can.
Okay,
All right,
Um,
thank you.
you're welcome. And we, there are some weird things going on, and I'll just say weird because I don't have another way to explain it. As we've added, not we, as PEBT has been added to our accountability reporting app. And it is staying open for last year. It is causing some bugs in some other areas that, as we find them, we're submitting requests to fix. So that's why some of this stuff, when there's just something weird that doesn't make sense, it's just a matter of submitting a bug, and our vendor does their magic and it goes away in a couple of days. So,
This
If
is Amanda Norman from Back to School, and I'm having the same issue that the other lady was. I have the student that dropped out here, though, is enrolled in another district, but I'm not able to submit a DVR for her.
okay, send me her STN and the district she's enrolled in. They may have enrolled her with another STN number. And as long as that, the STN you have is not connecting or not
She-
being located somewhere else, she will look like a dropout for you. But we can search like her address and birth date, all that kind of stuff, and find if there are any, if she's enrolled somewhere else and just has a different STN.
Am I sending it to the accountability email?
Either one. I the one who checks the accountability one 90% of the time. So
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome. So either way, it gets to me.
Does anybody else have any questions?
All right. Was
Okay.
that, is that it for me?
That's it, Karen. Thank you so much for
You're
covering
welcome.
those.
And
there-
hey, I want to encourage you guys to sign up for the accountability newsletters. And I believe at the end of the slide deck is how you do that. I know a lot of you are the one, well, everyone on here is the one who handles this. And sometimes you hear secondhand when windows are open, but they're announced through those newsletters, and you just have to put your name and email on there, and that way those announcements will come to you, so that you know when they're going to happen and that'll help you plan, so you're not getting the information secondhand. And remember, we are here to help. And so please call us or email us.
Definitely. Thank you, Karen.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, next slide I want to talk about is PEBT. And as Karen mentioned before, there have been some issues in the accountability app in regards to trying to put your conflicts or the issues that you were received into the accountability reporting app. It was timing out for a bit, but I think those issues have been resolved. But if you occur anything else, please reach out to us so we can open up a ticket with the vendor so they can check that out. Other than that, hopefully all of you have already taken the training for PEBT, and it is through Canvas. If you don't have a Canvas account, a State Department Canvas account, you'll need to create one, and your email will have to be validated, and you'll have to set up new login credentials to be enrolled in the actual course itself. So once you enroll, just know that the training is broken into modules. It's really done, it's done well. And there's in-depth training to understand how a student actually qualifies for PEBT. And there are modules for the DVR process that are located towards the end of the training. And I believe there's a PDF documentation in the last module as well. You're going to be able to start and stop that course at any time and then return back through the link, and it's going to take you back to where you were enrolled at. So once you get in there, it's going to look like this. You're going to see the student dashboard, go through Canvas, and then this is on the right side of the screen. It's what it's going to look like when you enter the PEBT training. Has everyone already taken their training? Is there anyone that hasn't that still needs to do that? I know we're all busy. When will we have access to the next round of PEBT? It will be after this one closes, after January. The end of January is when this one closes. And then we'll get the next round of information to you, Dina. Okay, does anybody have any more information about PEBT? You're welcome. I'll give you a couple seconds to, can we still do the first round of training? Definitely, Lori, just log in through the link, and we'll be posting these slides to our homepage of Data Information Systems on the website. And you'll just need to go in and create an account to do the training. Okay, anybody else have any questions? Like I mentioned, I don't have a lot of new stuff at this point. So next thing we want to talk about is something I'm sure that's ingrained in your brain as far as requesting state access. Please always include your name and phone number on your request. Provide only the state testing number for the student or your local ID. Do not provide any personal information for a student. And this includes any emails that you send to our office, the Office of Accountability, anyone in the State Department. If you're sending requests to student data info or the accountability mailbox, any group team chats, or any of our personal email mailboxes, we only need the state testing number and the local ID. We can access the student with that information. If you are setting up a new WAVE account, if you've got new people coming in that need access, your superintendents have to provide the WAVE access on that person's single sign-on. Employees will need to, that are requesting it, will need to actually email OMES. They can call them as well and request an affiliate's login. Be sure when you're opening a ticket via email or on the phone that you ask them to assign the ticket to the app data modernization group and assign it to Matthew Johnston. He is the one that's actually creating that information. It normally it can take up to 72 hours for your access to show up. But if you have your ticket number, you can always contact the OMES department and check on the ticket. And once you email it, you normally get a ticket number back, I'd say within a couple of minutes. So look for that as well. Always, if you need to open a ticket, it's servicedesk@omes.ok.gov, or you can call them at 405-521-2444. Actually, and also if you have a user account for the Wave and you're having access issuing it or accessing it, you're just going to go to your single sign-on page. You're going to click on the Wave link in the single sign-on page. It's going to take you to your logon page. You're going to put in your username for the affiliates at affiliates.ok.gov. Once you put that in, then you're going to, it's going to route you to a Microsoft page. A lot of people put the regular username and password. You really need to put your affiliates login information in there again. Then click forgot password. The system should email you a temporary password, and then you'll have to change it. If it does not do that, you'll need to reach out to servicedesk@omes.ok.gov, and they'll help you out with that. And always, if you have questions or need resources, you can do that at studentdatainfo@sde.ok.gov. And for our resource page, it's through the Student Information Systems documents and guides. Just go to that link and it'll have all our current guidance documents on there. So, and I don't know, Karen, if you're still on the call. If you are, I don't have the link for them to sign up for the newsletter, but I will go ahead and attach it in this slide before I post it to our website. So if you need that, please refer to the slide once it's posted, unless Karen's on here.
Well, I am here. And if you go to the State Department, SDE, let me see.
If you've got it and want to post it in the chat.
I'm trying to pull it up.
Okay.
But it's the SDE website, and you go there, and on the bottom in the right-hand corner, I'm about to post the link. In the bottom right-hand corner, it says, I think, newsletters, and you enter your email address. Okay, I finally have it.
Okay.
Oh,
While Karen's getting that for us, does anybody have any other questions I'd like to ask before we wrap it up? She just posted it into the chat, the SDE website.
and it does say newsletter sign up. Bottom right-hand corner.
Okay.
I'm gonna snip a screenshot and see if it'll let me post it in the
In
chat.
the chat. Okay.
Sometimes it's too much and it won't.
Won't let us do it.
Yeah. So I'm trying it. So far, it's not pasting.
Okay. Well, we can add it to the slide when we're done. Is there still going to be a WAVE meeting next Thursday? No, we will not have any WAVE calls for the next 2 weeks. Everybody enjoy your holidays. I hope you have wonderful ones. And but that was a good question, Linda. Thanks for asking it.
I will send it to you by email, Nancy, so that you'll have it.
Okay, thanks, Karen.
You're welcome.
Other than that, thank you, Linda, you too. everybody have a wonderful holiday season, and we'll pick up after the first of the year. And that's all I have. If no one has any questions, I'll stay on for a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.